This broadcast is partnered by BetterSleep, one of the world's top-rated sleep apps designed to help you fall asleep faster and wake up feeling refreshed. I've never been a consistent sleeper. These days, I rarely get 6 to 8 hours of sleep, and I usually wake up feeling like I barely rested. So I decided to try BetterSleep for a few nights, and honestly, it really helped me. One standout feature is the sleep recorder. I had no idea how much I was tossing and turning, or that I even snored when I sleep until I played it back. That kind of feedback is super helpful. But what really hooked me were the sounds. I love the water sounds, rivers, lakes, rain, and many others that instantly help me stay calm. And the background music? Incredibly relaxing. It's not just great for sleep, it's perfect for meditation too. You can mix and match over 300 sounds and create your own vibe, whether it's white noise, ASMR, or ambient soundscapes. So if you're like me and you struggle with sleep, head over to trybettersleep.co/Alyx and start your 7-day trial for free. Sleep is a crucial part of your overall health, and if you're not getting the rest you need, it can seriously impact your physical and mental well-being. So don't wait. Download the BetterSleep app and start getting the rest you deserve today. The final opponent for John Cena has been revealed. Gunther will take on the man known as Mr. C Nation in his final match, December 13th. Should he win or should he lose? Let's talk about it right here in Alyx's world. Hello all and welcome to Alyx's World, a safe space for wrestling fans like you. I'm your host, Alyx, just Alyx, and this is your WWE Friday Night SmackDown, December 5th, 2025 review, recap, reaction. If you're ready, let's talk about it. John Cena is heading towards his final appearance in terms of a professional wrestler. 23 years. 23 years coming to an end next Saturday. I don't think it's hit some of you yet. It's hit me. This is it, y'all. This literally is it. John Cena was all over media. Joe Rogan, I think he was on, I forgot what sports show that was. It wasn't Sports Center. Wherever show he was on, he was all over the internet, all over the shows tonight, talking about this being it. He was asked that question, is this really it? Because professional wrestlers, they have this history. They retire, but they don't stay retired. How many retirements has Ric Flair had? Just saying. And the only reason why he's retired now is because he's physically unable to keep going. Wrestlers say they retire, and then they always come back. They always get the bug. Is this really it for John Cena? I think it is. I think he's serious. In one of the interviews, he talked about within a couple of weeks, people will move on from him. People will move on from John Cena. Not to be an asshole, but I'm ready to move on from John Cena. Not because I think he's a terrible wrestler or a terrible athlete. I think John Cena is one of the greatest of all time. Do I think he's the greatest of all time? No. But in terms of overall contributions, accolades, in-ring performance, just everything he's done for not just WWE, but for professional wrestling as a whole, how can you not call him one of the greatest of all time? I would seriously question why you wouldn't. Does he have to be in your top 10? No. But there's no way you can be a fan of professional wrestling. Look at John Cena's work and go, he didn't matter. I'm not the biggest John Cena fan. After Dr. Thugonomics, I fell off. Just being honest with you. Not saying I hated everything he did. There was some stuff he did I absolutely loved. But a lot of the work that he did past Dr. Thugonomics was just not for me, and that's okay. It doesn't need to be. I can take a step back and acknowledge him for what he is and who he is. And I think John Cena himself would appreciate that. I'm not going to be fake and come up here and be like, I loved everything about John Cena. He's the greatest of all time. Better than Hulk Hogan, better than Stone Cold, better than The Rock. No. That's just being disingenuous. John Cena is his own entity. He is his own emblem. He is the face of WWE for the past 20 years? 20-something odd years? The man has done a lot for WWE as a whole. And so, for me, it is surreal. It is surreal knowing that this is it. No more John Cena after tonight. Now, let's talk about his opponent, Gunther, because I did want to take a second to give you my opinions on whether or not this was the right call, if this was the right opponent. For me, and this is just my personal opinion, Gunther was not the pick for me. He just wasn't. Not saying he can't use it. Of course, Gunther beating John Cena would do great things for him. So he ended Goldberg's streak, not Goldberg's streak. That's a totally different conversation. He ended Goldberg's career earlier this year, and now he gets to say he ended John Cena's career, or will he? We'll talk about that in just a second as well. But if you ask me who should be John Cena's final opponent, Gunther would be nowhere near the top of that conversation. I'm just being honest with you. I wouldn't have picked Gunther. I would have chose LA Knight, honestly. LA Knight would have been my pick, and I was kind of hoping he would be. He's not, clearly. And the thing is, I understand why they went with Gunther. I understand what they want to do and why it's important to give this accolade to someone like a Gunther, right? You want to give him this idea, this heat, this momentum of, I don't want to say being a legend killer, but he's the guy that ends careers. You know what I mean?
Everyone complaining about 38-year-old Gunther being Cena's final opponent cause they wanted Cena to put over younger talent but wanted 52-year-old Edge to face him.
I mean, calling them out for what it is. You ain't got to roast him like that, Dayton Romel, excuse me. But like, despite that, again, giving Gunther his flowers, I'm not saying he isn't an adequate opponent. Like, he's not someone that would make use of this, someone that would indeed be able to take this win and make it into something. He doesn't need it. He just doesn't need it. He's already established. Gunther's a 2-time WWE World Champion, the longest reigning IC champ in history. I get that, right? Then you add on to this idea that this man's going to fight Brock Lesnar eventually, and he's probably going to be the one to beat Brock Lesnar and potentially end his career. So Gunther has a lot going for him as it is, and you already know there's a lot more coming down for him down the pike, of course. Someone else could have used this win. LA Knight could have definitely used this more than Gunther. And I can go down the long list of talent. Dominic Mysterio beat John Cena. That could have been a very strong final opponent for him. Now, we're also assuming that whoever was going to fight John Cena in his final match was going to actually beat John Cena. Should Gunther beat John Cena? That's the real question here. I don't know if it really makes much sense to set up a tournament just to have the winner of that tournament lose to John Cena. I don't know if that's the right call. It actually makes everybody in that tournament look weak, if I'm being honest with you. So they kind of set the winner up in a way where they have to win. They set the winner up to beat John Cena, whether you like it or not, right? But still, though, there is a side of me that's wondering, is he actually going to beat John Cena? Because I'm thinking, and I could be wrong here, that they might give his final match a win. Have Cena go out on top. And if they do that, it would feel appropriate. It would feel appropriate that Cena went out on top. The whole thing was when he was a heel, he had to cheat, right? He had to cheat to win. He was not the Cena of old. And ever since he turned babyface, he's been winning all his matches. You know, ever since he lost the championship, he beat Logan Paul, he beat AJ Styles, he won the IC title. He lost to Dominic, he lost to Brock, of course, but a majority of his matches he's been winning. So would it really be out of the ordinary to see Cena beat Gunther? But again, what was the point of this tournament if the winner was just going to lose to Cena anyways? I think you have to give Gunther the win next Saturday. It's almost a necessity to make any of this matter. Otherwise, you did a tournament just to find someone to lose to John Cena. That makes the roster look weak. I mean, it's the truth though. So you almost have to give Gunther the win here. So the question is, if Gunther does win, does he beat him by just straight up pinfall? Or does he make him tap out? Because that's what Gunther is aiming for. Gunther doesn't want to pin John Cena. He wants to make John Cena submit. He wants to make John Cena tap out, give up. That's different. That's a totally different defeat. The man that says never give up, never surrender, surrendering in his final match to Gunther. Now that would be nuts. Imagine what a moment that would be. And then that's how we send off John Cena. In his final match, he submits. He gives up to Gunther. Gunther will not shut up about that. He will not shut up about that. And that's different. Dominic Mysterio can say he pinned John Cena. Gunther can say, I made him tap out. Man. Again, Gunther would not have been my first choice, but I understand the decision. I completely 100% understand the decision. And quite frankly, if the idea is to have Gunther fight Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, what a way to establish Gunther and get him ready for Brock Lesnar. By making John Cena tap out. Brock beat John Cena. Wouldn't it make sense for Gunther to beat John Cena too? And getting back to that super chat from earlier who made the point, what was that, Dayton Rommel? Yeah, Dayton made the point that if it was anybody else but him, oh, well, there he is right there. Speaking of Dayton Rommel.
Another question is, what was the point of Brock targeting Cena and squashing him, cause Brock announced his reason for targeting him and Cena never got his rematch?
Again, you're asking the real questions and making good points here. But it would make sense, again, if the idea is to do Brock Lesnar and Gunther at WrestleMania, then you do want to give Gunther the win here, give Brock the win, and then you can say that was the point all along. It was to set up the monster match at WrestleMania. Have Brock beat Cena, have Gunther beat Cena, and then that's the direction for WrestleMania 42. But outside of that, I have no idea. I have no idea why they didn't go back to Cena and Brock. That actually would have made a lot more sense for his final match. Not saying that's what I would have gone with, by the way. Absolutely not. I would not have gone with Cena and Brock. I would not. But it would have made a lot more sense to do this match over again, to do Brock and Cena in John Cena's final match. The one guy, and it wasn't going to happen, it's a foregone conclusion. I hear people saying Edge, Adam Copeland. I hear people saying Chris Jericho. To me, the one guy that should have been John Cena's final opponent, the one to really retire him, Kurt Angle. Should have been Kurt Angle. It was never going to happen. Kurt Angle is not in any condition to get back inside the ring. I know. I'm just saying, quite honestly, John Cena should have retired Kurt Angle. Cena should have fought Kurt Angle at WrestleMania 35 instead of Baron Corbin. But if it was up to me, it would have been Kurt Angle. Unfortunately, Kurt Angle cannot perform. He is not in any condition to give us the quality of an in-ring performance that would warrant a final match with John Cena. But that feels the most right for me, Kurt Angle. That would have been the right person to go with. So, y'all give me your thoughts. How do you feel about Gunther being John Cena's final opponent? Who do you think should win that match? Would you give it to Gunther or let John Cena go out on top? I'm just curious to know what the general consensus is when it comes to who they went with and why. Moving on with the rest of the show. They had Cody Rhodes attack Drew McIntyre in the opener. Drew was suspended, but Drew got attacked by Cody as he was leaving. Beat his ass inside his own car. Cody opens the show calling Drew McIntyre a cockroach and then says, Aldis should reinstate Drew and let him fight him one more time for the championship. I'm assuming. Look, I'm going to just say it like this. If they are running this back, Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre, WWE Championship, Drew needs to win. Point blank. Point blank. Enough. It's time out for this. He already lost the first two matches. If you're running this back and it's for the WWE Championship, Drew needs to win. Period. Randy Orton should come out, cost Cody Rhodes, go into Roddy Rhodes. Go into Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes for what? Rumble? If the plan is to do Roman Reigns and Cody at WrestleMania, doesn't need to be for the championship. I said that before when they teased it at Survivor Series. I said, we can do this match, but it shouldn't be for the championship if that's the case. So Cody Rhodes and Roman at WrestleMania, Cody could fight Randy Orton at Rumble? Chamber? Maybe sometime afterwards? Something to think about there. But Drew McIntyre should have a reign with this championship. No, he shouldn't just win it and then drop it right back to Cody. No. Cody and Randy should be the next step for Cody. And then Drew should go on to fight, I don't know, whoever wins the Rumble or whoever wins Chamber at WrestleMania. And then if you want to drop the belt there, cool. But no, I don't think Drew, and I see a lot of people already saying it, that Drew would be a paper champion. No, I don't think he should be a paper champion. I think he should be Cody, and I think he should hold it. Now, one person who is not being discussed right now that we should keep in mind, Jacob Fatu. The idea is to bring Jacob Fatu back into the fold very, very soon. We could have him win Rumble or Chamber, and he can fight Drew McIntyre for the championship. We also have Sami Zayn. We also got AJ Styles. I did see a report that the top contender to win the Rumble is Braun Breaker. Spoiler alert, that would mean Braun Breaker does not beat CM Punk on the first Monday Night Raw, where he fights him for the championship. So whatever is going to happen that night, whether Breaker wins or loses by DQ, or he just loses straight up to CM Punk, he's not walking out the world champion. And he's the one to win Rumble, which means he fights CM Punk at WrestleMania, and then whoever wins Chamber fights Drew McIntyre. Right? We'll have to see. We'll have to see how that one goes. Regardless, Cody needs to drop the belt. And he needs to go on to do other things. Cody versus Randy is the next step. And then Randy could end up fighting maybe Jacob Fatu. Maybe. If they want to do that. I'm trying to think where we go with things when it comes to WrestleMania. Because I'm assuming the person who attacked Jacob Fatu was Randy Orton. Randy is the one who attacked Jacob Fatu, which means we do Randy and Jacob for WrestleMania. And I guess that takes him out of the world title picture. Okay, then you slot in Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn can fight Drew McIntyre. They have history, built-in history. Sami has yet to beat Drew. And what a win that would be. Make Sami Zayn the WWE champion. He can hold it for like a month and then drop it right back to Drew. And then Drew can carry that until whoever else they decide to put the belt on. Someone said, why can't Gunther win the Rumble? You want Gunther to win the Rumble to fight who? Yeah, I'm good. I don't think Gunther needs to win the Rumble. Not right now. How long would you have Drew hold the title? Well, when he wins it, and when I say win, I mean win, because eventually he's going to win that championship. I just hope it's at whatever match or date he fights Cody. I'm assuming it's the first SmackDown of 2026, right? The first 3-hour SmackDown. That's probably when Drew wins the belt. That's most likely when Randy Orton returns and costs Cody. I would have Drew hold the belt all the way to WrestleMania. So he won it at WrestleMania. Which WrestleMania was 2020? Was that 36? The one where there was no people, pandemic? 2020, right? He won the belt at 2020. 2020's WrestleMania. That's 36, if I'm not mistaken. But he never got an opportunity to win that belt in front of a crowd. So he wins the belt in front of a crowd on SmackDown. Big moment. And then he carries it into WrestleMania to drop it to whoever. Someone said Sami has beaten Drew. When? I don't remember that. Definitely something to think about. But yeah, we'll see. I'm just spitballing here. Cody needs to drop the belt. That's the point. That's the point I'm getting at here. What do y'all think? How do you guys feel like this should go? Do you want Drew to be champ? How long do you think his reign should be? You talk to me about that one. So Dayton Romero, I did see this super chat from you. Apparently, super chats are not being picked up right now by Streamlabs. I don't know why that's the case, but I can read it for you. So Dayton Romero said, if you think that Randy was the one who attacked Jacob, is it safe to think that he was the mystery attacker who attacked Punk at WarGames? That was most likely Austin Theory. I have a good feeling that was Austin Theory. Or it could have been Randy. How crazy would that be? WWE released a list of people they feel like attacked the men in the WarGames match. Number one on that list, believe it or not, was Randy Orton. So what do we know? What do we know? Well, you guys let me know how you feel about that. They announced matches for Saturday night's main event. Certain talent on the main roster will be facing NXT talent. Bayley will be taking on Soruka, who's going to be a massive star. Because that finisher, oh my goodness, one of the best finishers in the world in professional wrestling right now. So her versus Bayley is going to be crazy. I don't like the fact that WWE moved away from the multi-personality gimmick that Bayley had. That was definitely something I was interested in. They just dropped it out of nowhere. Don't like that. But sure, match I would like to see. Obafemi versus Ricky Starks have a match at Deadline tomorrow. Whoever wins that match will fight Cody Rhodes at Saturday night's main event. So that's going to be crazy. Lots of NXT talent are fighting WWE main roster talent, as John Cena wanted to happen. So Cody Rhodes versus either Obafemi or Ricky Starks. Imagine Cody fighting Ricky Starks. Man, AEW. Tony Khan ripping his hair out. That could have been you. No, I'm just joking. I would prefer he fights Obafemi. I don't see Ricky Starks dropping that championship, though. Yeah, I'm sorry. Obafemi should not be losing to Cody. So what will most likely happen is Ricky Starks will win, again, decisively, and then we'll do Ricky Starks. Why am I saying Ricky Starks? Isn't it Ricky Saints? Ricky Saints versus Cody Rhodes. I'm so used to saying Ricky Starks. I apologize. Gotta get it right. I don't think there was another match announced. Did they announce another match for NXT yet? I don't think so. I think that's it so far. They should get maybe 2 more matches on this card. It should be a 5-match card with John Cena and Gunther being the main event. I heard that Gunther and John Cena will open the show. Don't do that. That's not a good idea. Yeah, don't do that. That would be a terrible idea. It should close with Cena and Gunther. Open with Starks and Cody. But what other matches would they do? I'm assuming it would be with Raw talent, right? We'll have to see. We'll have to see how that one plays out. But I would not suspect. I would not suspect John Cena and Gunther to open the show. I just don't think. This is one of those instances where I feel like, yes, Cena should close the show. It's his retirement. That just feels right. Solo Sikoa and the Wyatt Sicks had a confrontation yet again. The Giants, V5 Eric Rowan and Tala Tonga came face to face, and the world stood still. That was a nice little moment. Ilya Dragunov had an awesome match against Carmelo Hayes, although Ciampa interfered and helped him win, which pissed off Ilya Dragunov because he wanted to beat Carmelo Hayes clean, and he doesn't like dirty victories. I love that small added element to his character. I love little moments like that make a character feel special. He hates cheating. He hates winning by any means necessary. It needs to be a clean victory or not a victory at all, which I love. So whatever he did, Ciampa got himself a United States title match next week. Not for Saturday night's main event, which was weird. Again, it's like, y'all have a Saturday night's main event show that fell up. That could have been your 4th match right there. Ilya Dragunov, Ciampa. Why are we saving that for SmackDown? What? Okay. Whatever. Kairi Sane lost to Alexa Bliss. The storyline between Kairi Sane and Asuka is still going on. For a moment there, I was just like, what happened to the abuse storyline? It's still there. It's just in the background, just chilling. Right? She's still yelling at Kairi, so they're keeping it around, but it's not in your face. Jade Cargill dominated. What is that? Alba Fire. Don't understand why Jade Cargill is going after heels, but whatever. She will be going after Mia Yim next. So that's interesting. Next week is going to be Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley taking on Aleister Black and Zelina Vega. That's interesting. And then, of course, the main event was finals of the Last Time Is Now tournament. LA Knight lost to Gunther. We already had a big discussion about that. So yeah, SmackDown was better than usual. It felt like it had purpose, it had direction, and it was building to something. So we're going to go ahead and move things along here. I do appreciate you all for choosing me for your live SmackDown review. You could be anywhere. You chose me, and I'm grateful for it. So if this is the first time you're watching me, do me a solid favor. Like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Wow, your edit help expand the brand by doing the following things. Join the membership. Click that join button and get the opportunity to request a video of your choosing, whether it's a live reaction, a hot topic, or a review, past, present, or future. Also, don't forget to give thanks. Hit that super thanks. If you would like to donate after the fact, you can also let me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter at just Alyx Central. Give me a follow on Instagram, give me a follow on Spotify, give me a follow on Cameo, give me a follow on Threads, follow us on Discord, follow me on Blue Sky, where the skies are clearer, and give me a follow on TikTok. Why? Because I am the tickest of the talkers. Donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, Venmo, and yes, Super Chats are officially on. You can donate at any point in time during the broadcast to get your thoughts played live on the air. Email me at justalexsworld@gmail.com for business inquiries, just to say hi. Get yourself a t-shirt today at Horizon Tees and Teespring. Are you a Just Alex guy? To join the club, get you an I'm a Just Alyx got t-shirt. Hot out the press. Also get you an old school Alyx Man t-shirt. Get you a new school Alyx as well t-shirt and many more t-shirt designs coming your way. So stay tuned. John the Cause expand the brand today right here in Alyx's world. When you're in my world. Thank you all so much for joining me for this lovely live stream. Please show your love to the Mod Squad, Ultra, Shiny Nice and Firestar Heart, Alyx, Ademi, New Japan Pro Wrestling Girl, Khalil does everything. Huh? Wait, Dylan, a danger, Dylan Danger, Teflon Don, the Mod Father, Zeno, Enigma. Of course, you have Big MGM, and of course, Mrs. Firestar Heart, Angel, Holland. They all help keep this a safe space for wrestling fans like you and like us. Please be sure you like the video. The more you like the video, the more opportunities I will be giving to be recommended here on YouTube. So help boost that algorithm by hitting that like button. All right, who's here? I don't want to keep you guys here for too long. Congratulations to the new Super Chat Champ, International Super Chat Champ. Apparently, Noel Jimenez decided he wanted to defend the belt on Wednesdays, not Fridays. And as a result, KB Brown snuck up behind him and said, "Your soul is mine." And he took the title. And last I remember, KB Brown calls himself the real boss. The real boss. Now we're going to be working on his intro. We're going to give it a second. I'm going to need some time to work it out, but he is not the final boss. He's the real boss, KB Brown. So KB Brown will be defending his belt on Wednesdays, not on Fridays. And then next week, Saturday, the current champ, your goatness, Lauren Biggs, the first ever female World Super Chat champ in history, will be defending her belt next Saturday for John Cena's final match. Can she retain, or will someone come and make her a paper champ? We'll have to see what happens. All right, who's here? Let me say hello to the people in the live chat. See what's going on here. Once again, thank you to Dayton Romel for his donations. Very much appreciated. Right at the top, YouTube member Dawsey Chatham is in his house. Good to have you here, sir. I see Caleb SK River. I see Your Highness, King AJ. I see, let me scroll down a little bit. The real boss, we already talked about him, KB Brown. Let's see, I want to be sure. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Lewis Gamer 6394. Brandon? Brandon, I said that right. Brandon Tyson 6879. Right hand cam number 2. Numero dos. Wyatt 666. Oh my goodness. I don't like that name. Ben James 9696. BTB with Nick. Not quite sure what that means. SD Kai, former champ SD Kai. Game Shock. Good to have you here, sir. Let's see here. Aaron Teagle. I'm gonna be sure I get everybody. I don't want to be missing people here. Adam Ritter, of course. I feel like I covered everybody. Was that everybody I covered? All right. Give me your scores. Give me your grades. Also, by the way, I noticed this with the new live stream algorithm. What pushes the stream out is people interacting in the live chat. So currently right now, the viewers are low, but the more you guys chat, the more you guys interact, the more the stream gets pushed out. Also, the likes help as well. I noticed that the views on my live streams have been ridiculously low, and I'm trying to find a way to get these numbers up. I've been experimenting with other stuff. I did do a double live stream, and all it did was just split my audience, sadly enough. I was kind of hoping that the double live stream would, combine the viewers, but that's not what's happening. What is this? Mercedes Monet. Yes, Mercedes Monet did in fact lose a belt. She lost the Ring of Honor Women's Television Championship, right? Women's Television Championship to Red Velvet, who was the original champ, and Mercedes just lost it right back to her. So the fall from grace has begun. It has continued. So, all right. So we're gonna go ahead and move things along. Oh, not yet. What's this? How do you feel about Netflix officially buying Warner Brothers Discovery for $82.7 billion? Is that official? Has that deal been made? Is that like officially the thing? Well, I have a couple of thoughts about that, honestly. It's one of those things where I don't like the fact that everything's being monopolized by the same companies, right? Not a fan of that. Not a fan of them completely just taking over the market like that. Ronwell Nogales. Wait, I'm pretty sure I shouted you out, right? Did I miss Ronwell Nogales? Oh, I'm so sorry, bro. Former world champion, the young Wiccan, the chosen one. When he's in the building, you the twos, and he's the one, Ronwell Nogales. He says, honestly, I honestly don't want Gunther because he already retired Goldberg. I admit I wanted Edge for my childhood era coming to an end. I don't mind LA Knight, Obafemi, or others except for Jay and Gunther. Oh my goodness. Sorry, bud. I didn't want Gunther either, but that's what we got. I found Deonna Purrazzo. She's on Ring of Honor. Oh Lord, that's what they stuck her, a Ring of Honor. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, let me sit on the Netflix buying WB, because I'm not too sure exactly if that's official yet, and I don't want to jump the gun and be like, well, I guess this means AEW. No, let me sit on that for a minute. All right, thank y'all so much for being here. Please get these likes up, get this stream some love, and we're gonna go ahead and, I guess, do the review really quickly. So, again, I thought this SmackDown was pretty good. I didn't think it was bad, per se. Where were they? Where were they live at tonight? I believe they were live. I'm trying to think here. Austin, Texas, right? Yes, they were live in Austin, Texas. What was the attendance? I told myself I would start writing this stuff down because it was very important for me to know how well their attendance is. SmackDown was not a sellout. Was surprising to see that. Oh, actually, no, I think it was. I lied. It was a sellout. It says here they did, the current setup was 8,000. Is that what they settled on? 8,000? Man. I guess so. Yeah, 8,000. And the lowest price ticket was $45. So, hey, I mean, at least they're lowering prices now. That makes me happy that they're lowering prices. I was just concerned about why things were, maybe the show isn't as hot as we used to think. Because that is concerning how they have Cody Rhodes, Drew, and all of them on the show, and they're not selling out as much. So they might have to start changing some things up. I agree with that. All right, so as I said before, they opened the show with Drew McIntyre showing up because he still wants a shot at Cody Rhodes. And then Drew gets stopped by GM, Nick Aldis, and security. You're still suspended. We haven't lifted it yet. He goes to leave. Cody Rhodes is right there, standing behind him like the Undertaker, popping up, starts whipping his ass, start attacking him. Who here remembers the Undertaker driving off Stone Cold Steve Austin, who's being loaded into an ambulance? That shit was hilarious. That's when Austin was a heel. Very underrated run. Now, a lot of people want to sit here and say Austin should have never turned heel. I tend to agree, but he did some great work as a heel. Come on, some of my favorite segments from actually the Attitude Era period was Austin as a heel. The kiss ass for Vince McMahon. He was a very entertaining heel. A good heel. But, yeah, I get why people didn't like that run. I'm just saying. But that reminded me, Cody reminded me of that moment when he attacked Drew. So Drew gets attacked. He starts beating off. Cody goes to the ring and demands that Nick Aldis lift the suspension. And then Cody gets to fight him one more time for the championship. Look, again, if we're doing Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre one more time, Cody needs to drop the belt. It's that simple. Cody needs to drop the belt. Cody needs to go ahead and give Drew a run for the championship. And we should just go with that, quite honestly. So, yeah, I'm excited to see where that goes. Again, I don't know when it's happening. I'm assuming it's going to happen on Saturday. Not Saturday night's main event, because that's already been decided. That's Cody Rhodes and whoever wins between Ricky Saints and Obafemi. So probably the first SmackDown of 2026. We'll have to see. Whenever it happens, Drew needs to beat Cody. And that's that. There's more stuff going on between Damian Priest and Aleister Black. Rhea Ripley is now in the equation. She cut a promo saying that she will help Aleister Black take on, Damian Priest. I got them names mixed up. She will help Damian Priest take on Aleister Black and Zelina Vega. Although Rhea Ripley and Aleister Black is not a bad pairing. But yeah, she's going to be helping Damian Priest take on Aleister Black. And I think that's happening next week, right? That's happening next week. Kind of weird how Rhea is a Raw star, and now she's over here helping people on SmackDown. Okay, whatever. Let's see here. Ilya Dragunov took on Carmelo Hayes. Hard chops, slams, German suplexes. Lots of high-flying moves, La Mysticas. Great match. Awesome back and forth. They had some great matches on NXT as well. I remember one of them. I do. That was probably Melo's last match.
How would you rate these rivalries 1 to 10? Roman versus AJ Styles in 2016 and Dean versus Brock in 2016.
So I already told you Dean versus Brock in my last live stream. I give that like a 5 or a 6. But Roman and AJ was great. Ooh, like 8.5? 8? 8.5, 9? 2016 was a great year for AJ Styles. Let me sit on that. That's a good-ass question. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, but Rhea Ripley is not going to be on SmackDown, even though she's on Raw. Brand split, what is that? Great match. Carmelo Hayes got screwed over by Tommaso Ciampa, and Ilya Dragunov took advantage of it. But when he saw the replay and saw that Ciampa screwed over Carmelo Hayes, it pissed off Ilya Dragunov. He did not want to win that way. And it pissed him off that badly that he finally gave Ciampa what he wanted. A United States Championship match on SmackDown. Not on Saturday night's main event. Quite the choice there, but whatever. Promos. Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. LA Knight cutting a promo for his main event. And then we get Alexa Bliss versus Kairi Sane. Again, I'm still not sure where we're going with Kairi, Asuka, and Io. Hopefully that is the plan for WrestleMania. I kind of missed Asuka abusing Kairi, even though that storyline is still going. You still got Asuka yelling at Kairi. So the abuse is still going on, but behind scenes. But yeah, I'm hoping to see them get back to that. Kairi worked as a heel in this match, and it was like, but Alexa Bliss got distracted for a little bit by Asuka, but it wasn't enough because Charlotte Flair came in to help her. And then Alexa beats Kairi Sane. Kairi stood on that top rope for like an hour. It wasn't an hour, but it felt like an hour before she jumped off to get hit by the Sister Abigail DDT. That was weird. Didn't like that finish, but whatever. Alexa wins, and then post-match, we got Nia Jax and Lash Legend hitting the ring and destroying everybody. So, I feel like they're building to a multi-woman women's tag team championship match. Imagine if that was a ladder match. Just saying. Cody Rhodes, of course, meets Obafemi and Ricky Sanks, not Starks, Ricky Sanks backstage. And Cody lets them know, whoever wins tomorrow night fights me at Saturday night's main event. So, by that, I'm thinking with that stipulation, they basically gave away that Ricky Sanks is going to win. And they're doing Ricky Sanks and Cody Rhodes. I'm okay with that. I'm cool with that. I'm not complaining whatsoever. That's just how I feel about it, at least. Nia Jax and Lash Legend cut a promo. Alba Fire versus Jade Cargill. Squash match. Jade runs through Alba Fire. Although we did see an appearance from Kiana James, not even close to the character that we're watching. Kiana James and Julia go after Chelsea, chase her off, leaving Alba Fire to get her ass whooped by Jade Cargill. It was hilarious. And then Jade walks backstage to get into the face of Mia Yim, who now wants a piece of that ass. Pause. So Sikoa calls out the Wyatt Sicks. They obliged. They came out, lights go out, come back on. So Sikoa did the one thing that he should not have done. He told Bo Dallas, or Uncle Howdy, that he's going to take everything away from him. He's going to take away everything that Bray meant to him. And then leave him as nothing but a believer. Ooh, crazy line. But yeah, the Wyatt Sicks come out, they start brawling. And then there's a big showdown, face-off between the Giants, Eric Rowan and Tala Tonga. And that was the big moment of the segment. They fight, and then full-scale war between the Wyatt Sicks and Solo's group, MFTs. Sound good to me. So I have no idea what that's leading to. Are we doing another elimination match? 5-on-5? We'll see. Bayley and Soruka are having a match at Saturday night's main event next week. Bayley went away from her multi-personality gimmick. What happened? That actually had my attention. Or it just wasn't here. That was weird. And then Aleister Black had a promo with Zelina Vega. Gunther had a promo for LA Knight. And then the main event was LA Knight versus Gunther. I think that was it, right? That was it. The match was good. I thought the match was solid. Very, very dramatic towards the end there. They had me with that false finish. When he hit that BFT on Gunther, I said, well, that's it. Gunther is probably not going to fight Cena, and then he kicked out. And then I went, damn it. But yeah, that was quite the match. I had a good time watching that match. Gunther made LA Knight tap out to the cravat. Whatever that submission move was, the cravat sleeper, or whatever the hell, that was nuts. And so LA Knight gave up, and that was it. Show ends with Gunther looking into the camera and telling John Cena, I'm going to make you give up next Saturday. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. And then that's SmackDown. That was Friday Night SmackDown, ladies and gentlemen. A better show than usual. We now know who's fighting John Cena, so there's that. How we feeling? Y'all let me know how things are. Thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate you for being here. Again, I don't know what's going on with the views, honestly. I'm doing everything I should be doing. Is the thumbnail not all that interesting? Probably should update the thumbnail. Probably would have been the smart thing to do. I don't know. But yeah, people are not watching this stream right now, and that's okay, because I'm probably live with other people as well. It is what it is. You can't, I can't make people watch me. I can only just show up and then see how things happen. You know what I mean? To be fair, I'm looking at what's live here. Not a lot of people. Even Solid Monsters views are a little low. So maybe people just wasn't interested in the live. Okay. That's fine too. Thank y'all for being here. I do appreciate y'all for making me a part of your day. What y'all in here talking about? Oh, I gotta get your scores. I need to look at your scores. Let's see here. Game Shot gave it a 7 out of 10. That's good. Well, some of these scores are for JGMLG3679's question, so I gotta be careful. 8 out of 10 from Right Hand Cam. King AJ gave it a 6 out of 10. Garrett Leach gave it an 8 out of 10. King AJ said 6-7. Lord have mercy. Trying to find. JJ Bulldog says the main event was a 7 out of 10, but the overall show was a 6 out of 10. Man. Maybe people just aren't interested, you know? 6.5 out of 10. Yeah, like a 6.5 out of 10 from Rawa and Nogales. I want to say JD's views are low too. JD has like 1.7 thousand. Which I'm not going to sit here and say is not low for him. But look at me. Like right now, like currently watching, I'm not even joking you, it just says 17 viewers, which is better than none. I do appreciate whether it's 17 or 170 or 1700. I'm still going to give you my best review here. Let's see here. Deonna Purrazzo is the inaugural ROH Women's Pure Champion, beating Billy Starks, who was the inaugural Women's TV Champion. Who's the Pure Champion now? Is it still Deonna Purrazzo or is it someone else? Let's see here. Undertaker never had a 5-star match. The closest he got was WrestleMania 25 with Shawn Michaels. That is a 5-star match. I don't give a shit what Dave Meltzer said. JJ Bulldog. See, this is why Oba versus Cena should be the match Ricky Starks can take on Cody Rhodes. Oh, well, now it's 23. As soon as I called it out, all of a sudden people showed up. Still, that's lower than usual. That's not as active as I used to be. And again, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. If it's just me, people are sick of seeing me and they don't care about what I have to say. I don't know. Athena lost her championship? No, Athena is still the women's champ, the main women's champ. Deonna Purrazzo is the pure women's champ, and then Mercedes Moné just lost the television women's championship back to Red Velvet. So I know it's a lot of belts to keep up with. I know. Don't look at me. That's Tony Khan, who wants 10,000 fucking belts. Taker versus Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania 25, definitely 10 out of 10. Hell, WWE put the match as the greatest match of all time. But Dave Meltzer just believes it's nowhere close to it. That doesn't make any goddamn sense. Dusty Chain, I hope they don't Black Scorpion the reveal, the Black Cody guy. Probably. That's probably what they'll do. All right, let me get out of here, y'all. Again, we'll figure out these views some other time. Maybe it's just the stream. Maybe just people don't want to watch live stream reviews. Shows aren't great overall. Ratings are low, so maybe that's why streams don't hit high numbers currently. I mean, like, still though, for me, like, it's... We'll figure it out. Thank y'all so much for being here. Do all the YouTube things, like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, and Venmo. I love you all, and I'll catch you guys next time right here in Alyx's World, the place that is, was, and forever will be a safe space for wrestling fans like you. Peace.
When you're oh,